I think the mistakes that I made in my investing career as a parent and as a friend, I think I would make those mistakes, but just quicker so that I could learn from them faster. Welcome back to the Quiet Wealth Podcast. I'm excited that you're here again, and I'm excited to share this time with you. And today we're talking about 7 ways to get smarter quickly. And stick around to the end because number 7 is my favorite, and I'm excited to talk to you about it. Tallulah Bankhead said, "If I had to live my life again, I'd make the same mistakes, only sooner." I love that sentiment. People ask me often, they say, "Camilla, if you had to do it all over again, what would you do differently?" And to be honest, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do hardly anything differently, but I love how Tallulah says, I'd make the same mistakes just quicker. I believe that too. I think the mistakes that I made in my investing career as a parent and as a friend, I think I would make those mistakes, but just quicker so that I could learn from them faster. So when we talk about getting smarter, I know some of us think, oh, well, I'm getting old. I'm really actually getting dumber. But are we getting dumber? No, not really. It's just our memory is just not as great as it once was. But what you focus on, your brain will hand to you. So words are really powerful tools. And if you can master them, then your comprehension level of new information really increases dramatically. So I'm going to give you these 7 tips. Number 1 is increase your vocabulary every day. Now, don't be lazy about this because it's very easy to do. When you come across a word you don't understand, I want you to stop, look it up in a dictionary. And no, you don't have to use a paper dictionary. Google is fantastic for this. Or you can just ask Siri, say, "Hey Siri, what does this word mean?" Understand the word and then continue reading. Have you ever found yourself when you're reading, you read a paragraph and you get to the end of the paragraph and you're like, wow, I didn't understand that at all. So you go back and you reread it, and then you get to the end again, you're like, oh, I didn't understand that. Go reread. Well, the reason your brain gets like that is because there are specific words in that paragraph that you likely don't understand. And so the brain, if it sees that word, it's like, oh, can't compute, skip over. So it skips over that word, and then you get to the end of the paragraph and your brain's like, yeah, I can't make sense of it because I don't know these specific words. So don't be lazy, just look them up. Look them up and increase your vocabulary. When I was learning about multifamily syndications, which just is a fancy word for group investment, there were a lot of new terms that I had never heard before. So I literally did this. You guys might think I'm weird, but I got out note cards and I wrote the vocabulary word on the front, and then on the back, I wrote the definition. Just like when I was in college, just to try and figure out vocabulary words. It still works today. It works today. And I reviewed those over and over and over again so I could get good at understanding the terminology I needed to understand in order to be an intelligent investor. Number 2, ask questions. You build instant rapport with the person because you're interested in their topic and you learn more. If you're not afraid to ask questions and just fully understand, I think the people who want you to ask questions, whenever you're talking to somebody, like I get on the phone a lot with potential investors, people who are interested in joining a group investment with me. And some of them are worried to ask me questions, and they'll preface it like, this is probably a really dumb question, or this is a stupid question, or I'm sure you get asked this all the time. But no questions are stupid. I love it when investors ask me questions so that I know that they are thinking critically about it, and I know exactly what they need to understand how to move forward. Tip number 3, look stupid whenever possible. And I know some of us are like, what? I don't want to look stupid. Don't be afraid to say, I don't know. So I used to pretend that I knew the answers. I was really afraid to say I don't know. And I was really afraid that people would think I was stupid. So, and this kind of came from high school. So in high school, I was a pretty naive person. I didn't know a lot of things. I lived kind of a sheltered life, and therefore I got labeled in high school as a dumb blonde. And the term dumb blonde is no longer, you shouldn't say stuff like that, but that's what happened in my high school. And so it was easier for me to just play that part than it was to change people's perception of me. So you know how you get like a label in high school and nobody's going to think that you're anything different than what you are. So it was really nice when I could get away from that, and then I could develop my own intelligence and develop my own way of living so that I could become a different person, right? And so now I'm okay with saying I don't know, but I was not okay for a while because I didn't want people to think I was stupid because I was trying so hard to change that image of myself. But I have a really great friend, shout out to Susie Sevier, and she is amazing at this. She is amazing at saying I don't know, or asking the questions, or if someone says something, there's a word she doesn't understand, she's like, wait, tell me what that means. And I've been blown away by her example. So make sure, don't worry about it. Don't be afraid to say I don't know and move along. Number 4, read every day. I love to read, and I have an addiction to buying business books, self-help books, like nonfiction books. I have an addiction to that. Every once in a while, I will read a fiction book just for a fun little, getaway from my everyday life. But reading every day really increases the retention, the information retention. And remember, while you're reading, if you see a word you don't understand, look it up. Number 5, diversify your day. Now, I know there's lots of people out there that preach routine, and routine is helpful for sure. If routine is helpful for you to have a routine, have a daily routine, and so your body just knows what to do. It's kind of like muscle memory when you're learning an instrument or a sport or something. If you do it over and over and over again, you don't even have to think about it, right? However, if you really want to get smarter, you need to change things up. Just like when you're working out. If you work out and you go and you do the exact same workout, the exact same weights every time you go, then your body is going to get used to that, and it's actually not going to get as fit as if you change it up and keep your body guessing. So you gotta do the same thing for your brain. So have ways to diversify your day. So maybe that means going on a walk at 10:30 in the morning instead of doing things on your computer. Maybe that means changing up what you have to eat or when you eat or where you eat. Things like that, just simple little things just to diversify your day. It just keeps your brain on the alert for new things. Number 6, teach. Teaching others is a really great way to force yourself to understand your material, understand what you're doing. So, for example, if you're interested in investing or building wealth and you learn a new concept, so say you learn about whole life insurance policies, for example, take that information that you just learned and go try and tell someone else about it, right? You can teach it to your spouse, you can teach it to a friend, you can teach it to your sister, anything like that, and try to teach them about it. You'll quickly realize you don't know as much about it as you think you do. And I had this happen when I was trying to teach my spouse about it, and he kept asking me questions, deeper questions I had never thought of, and I couldn't answer. And I was like, okay, I guess I need to learn this more. And so you really have to know your stuff to be able to teach. So that's a really great way to get smarter quickly. And finally, like I said, number 7 is my favorite, and it is to hang out with smart people. You need to have smart people who you hang out with, and you got to find them. Well, how do you even find smart people? What if you don't have people who are talking about the same thing that you're talking about? You need to find them by going to meetups, finding them online. You can go to conferences and things like that and hang out with smart people. I just got home from FinCon, which is a financial conference for personal finance creators, and the tagline is Money Nerds Unite. I loved it. And there were so many smart people there. And I learned a ton about how to really get the information out, how to teach people, how to focus on your topic, and all the things that you can do in this space. And I loved it. So hang out with smart people. So there you go. Let's review. Okay, the 7 ways to get smarter quickly. Increase your vocabulary every day. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to say, I don't know. Read every day. Diversify your day. teach others, and hang out with smart people. Thanks so much for joining. I hope this helped you a lot. I know it's helped me in what I try to do in order to keep my brain on the move. And please share it with other people because we want to make sure we share the wealth. Thanks. Bye for now.